Hi, I'm Michelle, ACE's plant expert, and here today to talk about planting some pansies in our mum fall garden. This is a 6-pack of pansies that we got. We're gonna take each plant out of here individually, and we're gonna plant them just right here in front of our mums. And it's gonna add some really nice fall color. Pansies are very hardy and will continue blooming really even when it gets down into the 20 degrees or lower. You can see there is 6 little plants in this container. So I'm just gonna squeeze the very bottom of the container, and you can see the plant starts to pop up here, and that will make it very easy to then grab by the root ball and pull out. You wanna avoid grabbing it by the stem, as a stem, it might break. All right, we're gonna plant pansies in the same staggered pattern that we planted our mums in. This is a triangle pattern, and this will make the bed look very full and organized. Lots of curb appeal. When planting your pansies, you wanna dig a hole about twice the size of this root ball, and you wanna make sure that the very top of this plant is still at the top of the soil line or slightly above after you've planted it. You don't need to disrupt the roots, as little as possible. You wanna backfill with that soil so there's no air gaps between the pansy root ball and the soil. When you're planting your pansies in a row like this in the staggered pattern, you wanna make sure they're the same distance apart. A great tip is to use your spade in order to do that. So we wanna plant these pansies about the length of the whole spade apart. And that way we'll be able to measure between each plant and make sure they're all evenly spaced. Now we got all our pansies planted, it's time to put that mulch back down on top. So the mulch that we took aside and spread out before we planted, we're just gonna bring that back in and gently go between each plant. And you wanna get between 1 and 2 inches of mulch between each plant. And then we're gonna add a fresh layer of mulch on top, so they'll be nice and protected for the winter. Mulch does a few things. It helps prevent weeds from popping up. It also keeps the ground at a nice even moisture, so when you water your plants, it won't dry out as fast. Now that we got it all planted, we're gonna water it in really good, take away any of those extra air spaces that are between the dirt and the root ball. All right, we got our fall garden all planted. Now see what it looks like in a couple of weeks. It'll be really blooming and popping with color.